What is going on out there, peeps? I don't know, man, if you missed it yesterday. It was unbelievable to see, man. I was really happy to see, uh, again, President Trump sitting there. We had the United Arab Emirates, Israel was there, and Bahrain was there signing a peace deal. This was really big news. But I also told you there's other countries out there that are being talked to. And I told you one of those is Iran. Now, that could be big. The other one, believe it or not, is Palestine. Yeah. So the ones that they're not talking about or may have talked about, I could tell you, is Syria and Lebanon. So Syria, Lebanon are being talked to about this peace treaty, jumping aboard on this peace treaty. If it's already crazy what Trump has accomplished so far, but we're going to get into what this means in a little bit here. But let's get into all the rest of this. You guys, if you're not buying precious metals, you're way behind the curve. Come on, jump on up there. The one thing I could tell you about people who are my subscribers that's been buying precious metals and continuing to stack today, congratulations, you are way ahead of the curve. I told you over the weekend I was really locked down into just paying attention to what a lot of these, and I'm not talking about Wall Street experts. I'm talking about real gold and silver bugs. These are people that don't mind telling the people the truth about what's going on in the market. All right, I'm not talking about these ones who get paid to lie to the public. I'm talking about the ones that are out there sharing their opinions on what's going on. I can say this after listening to them. I could say in their opinion, the lowest you're going to see gold, the lowest, is $15,000 an ounce. That's the lowest. All right. And the guy was saying, and if you think about where traditionally where silver is, it's usually somewhere around throughout history, ratio was around 15 to 1, 15 ounces for every one of gold. And he said, I could see it getting up there closer. Let's just say, to be on a conservative side, they're saying about 30 to 1. And I thought, oh, okay, 30 to 1 doesn't sound so bad. So that puts the silver up there somewhere around $750 an ounce. Now, mind you, this is what they're saying is the low side. But again, many of them really do truly believe that the gold standard, then the value of gold and silver is what you see on the debt clock. Now, keep in mind, these are two separate things, all right? There needs to be some type of revaluation of gold and silver. There's no doubt about that. So without even going to the gold standard, you could see really, really soon here a revaluation, a pretty good jump in value on gold and silver. Okay, I'll get into that a little bit more later on, but I'm really happy that a lot of you are doing what you can to try to jump on board of this. Okay, so we're going to go over some things about gold and silver later on that I think you should check out. A way to plan on how to retire using silver. Okay, so if you are considering getting precious metals, please give our friends over there at Money Metal Exchange a consideration. The link is in the description. If you get more than $100 worth of precious metals, use promo code Pimpy, Pimpy, and you will get a free half ounce of silver. If you've already done that, you can only get it once, okay? Sorry about that, you guys. I was just saying it and going along without thinking about that part. All right, so again, I have Pimpy's Investment Chat. It's the same name as the YouTube channel. Over here, we do talk about investment opportunities, gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, as well as foreign currency investments, all right? And I can just tell you this, all of them are starting to look good. They're going to be positioned really, really well. Even cryptos are starting to make a slight comeback. It was dropping down, but it dropped very small, and then turned around and went right back up. So you guys, it's the same thing with any of these investments, man. You can't get emotionally over, you can't respond over emotionally. Buy the cryptocurrency that you want and just let it sit there. Let it do what it needs to do. The one thing about cryptocurrencies is it's very volatile. It goes up and down in huge swings. So you can't panic, all right? Buy on the dip, all right? And gold and silver have been going horizontal. They go up very little and they go down very little, all right? They stay within the same range. So right now is a good time. But there are a lot of people. And again, I'll get into that a little bit later on. All right, no politics here. Let's bring that over to here, which is the hidden things in front of your eyes. You can talk about QAnon, politics. By the way, congratulations to yet another GOP nominee. I think that's the third who is a huge QAnon supporter, who openly supports QAnon. A third GOP primary candidate has made it to the final rounds. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, you guys could talk about that in here. Just be respectful of one another. If you don't have Facebook, I do indeed have Twitter over there. So come on over there and join me. The links for all these will be in the description. Okay, as usual, as I'm going through here, I told you guys I got to get this 2020 budget, get it over there, get it approved, and get it taken care of. Okay, the government speeds up sending the 2020 budget with the aim of obtaining new loans. We know all that's in there. I told you one of the reasons is why they wanted to push this loan through, and it's not because it has a rate change, as you guys have been told, but because there has to be things put in a 2020 budget that is then transferred over into the 2021 budget. Okay, so that's what's being done. It's going to be there. I believe it says, what is this? That the budget will be presented. So next Saturday coming up, this Saturday coming up, it's going to be presented to Parliament, and I'm anticipating them approving it and getting it over with, and getting ready to move on to the 2021 budget. Okay, but we know that they have the reform papers. You guys, we've been talking about this, the reform papers. But again, I think the reform papers are going to affect what's in the 2021 budget. Now, there's no guarantees. Now, keep in mind, you guys, we just got to stay grounded about this. We know that the finance minister had said that, the reform papers, there's discussion about the exchange rate. It needs to change, all right? So the anticipation is that it's in the rate change would be in the 2021 budget. There's no guarantee, you guys. I'm just saying that appears, based on what is being said, that seems to be the case. Okay? The president of Kurdistan region affirms his support for al-Qadimi's government and the stability of Iraq. We already know this. They talk about this all the time. Again, what's happening is Erbil and Baghdad are still talking. Kurdistan leaders over there really support al-Qadimi. But again, I do believe there's other talk going on, because this peace agreement coming on. We're going to get into that just a bit here. But they can't move forward with the 2021 budget without this agreement. So again, we're starting to run into some serious deadlines here. So this agreement has to get hammered out. Okay? So these articles go on and do like they always talk about. Let's say here, it says Barzani also spoke about relations with neighboring countries and the challenges of facing Kurdistan and Iraq, facing the Rona, its repercussions, as well as facing the dangers of ISIS and overcoming the difficult economic crisis and the reform process in the region, indicating that thanks to the European Union countries for their cooperation in the reform process in the region, and stressed the necessity of continuing their support. So again, with just dealing on securing the borders, they're looking for some help. Also, we know during the early elections, they're going to be looking for some help. Okay, we already are aware of this, but again, they're just talking about the same things over and over. So this is really good. But again, I told you that the United States was talking to Iran about this peace agreement. We're close to election time, and what they're really hoping for, especially after Joe Biden made this public announcement. I kid you not. Now, in case you forgot, under the Obama administration, what happened? They sent Iran pallets of money, $1.5 billion, and they turned around to use that money to fund terrorists. Yes, they did. Well, guess what Joe Biden just announced? That if he wins, he's going to go ahead and reinstate the Iran nuclear deal, giving him the ability to create a nuclear weapon and ending all the peace that Trump is establishing over there. And you're going to start seeing an increase in terrorist attacks all over again if Biden gets into office. There's no doubt about that. Parliamentary finance, the salvation of Iraq lies in China agreement. So here's the deal. I told you, there's a lot of these Iranian-backed politicians that are pushing the Iraq government to get into these agreements and move forward with them and vote on them with China, saying that their salvation lies in the hands of China. But keep in mind, China is partnering up with Iran. So they're not our buddies over there, man. And so they're bugging, the parliamentary is bugging the other officials to at least go vote on it and not to deal with the West, is what this is. So don't be surprised about that. Look at this. So on here it says Thaban called on Wednesday to proceed with the Chinese agreement to benefit from its economic position instead of moving forward with the agreement with Washington, noting that the agreement represents a rescue from Iraq from its problems. Thaban said in a statement to the news that the country's salvation from the accumulation of the past and the collapse of the infrastructure lies in the advancement of the Chinese agreement, indicating China is a stumbling block in front of Washington's economically, which leads the latter to conclude some agreements with the Iraq side in order to obstruct the Chinese agreement with Baghdad. So again, the Iranian-backed puppets are pushing for this agreement to be done with China and telling them forget about the United States. So we will see anyways right here the clarification: the United States of America does not want in any way the Iraq government and House of Representatives to proceed with activating economic cooperation with Beijing. Of course they don't. I told you there's a lot of countries that are teaming up right now to do what they can to make China's economy collapse. Okay, because they're way too powerful and they've gotten way out of hand. So we know that they're doing that as a punishment. So here it is. Look at this. Trump sets a date for consultations with Iran. What did the Saudi monarch and his crown prince agree on? I told you. What did he say? Saudi Arabia said they would join the peace agreement. So did Kuwait. So did Iraq. All right. They're talking to Syria. They're talking to Lebanon and Iran. This would be an unbelievable deal if he could get this done. How does this affect Iraq? Well, obviously that means they would be the gateway to the Middle East when it comes to trade. Their economies would be booming. You would see huge growth in that country real quick. Obviously, for those people holding on to the currency, what does this mean? Well, it strengthens the currency, especially against the U.S. dollar, since the U.S. dollar continues to collapse. That means your exchange for your Iraqi dinar will increase. Also, for those of us who are invested into the stock over there, well, hell yeah, we want to see peace over there because the stocks are going to become very valuable, all right? So this is great news. Again, Saudi Arabia said they were aboard with this peace agreement with Israel only if they could work something out with Palestine. And so, surprisingly, it looks like there's going to be some type of agreement with Palestine. That's despite having a Palestinian senator who's in there advocating for no agreement. Yeah, Rashida Tlaib. No matter what you do, she's not going to be happy. She talks about how she wants to be there for her people. But then again, whenever something positive happens, she's already raising hell. Not surprising whatsoever. So this is great news, you guys. This is what we're looking for. Look at this. 5 or 6 countries will join the peace deal with Israel, and it may include Saudi Arabia. Yeah, we already know this. So there's some that are announced and some that aren't. Trump revealed that 5 or 6 countries may join a similar deal with Israel without specifying them. I already know who they are. Then we talked about Saudi Arabia, Syria, Lebanon, possibly Iran, and Palestine. So yeah, it's good. You guys, this is really great news. And it makes me sick that the media, no matter what, they're so anti-Trump because they are the true deep state. They don't want this peace in the Middle East at any cost. This doesn't help them to push their agenda of a one world, new world order. That's not hyperbolic. That's just the truth. But I'm very happy about where we're going. I'm feeling very positive. This is great news for all of us who are invested both in the currency as well as into the stocks themselves. All right, you guys? So I just want to share this. Look, it's looking good. I seen a lot of you guys saw my video about the currency reset, saying that I know a lot of you guys heard rumors that on September the 15th, the whole rate change was going to happen and kumbaya. And I said, where was the proof on this? Where did you guys just get this information? You guys got to be very careful. I mean, what it came down to is a lot of it came from this so-called military intelligence from Fleming. You know, that guy's full of crap, guy. He's been saying that for a long time. You know what I mean? I get there's some people out there that like him a whole lot and they believe in all his stories and crap like that. And it's being pushed a whole lot. But again, if this person's, most of them have never been able to put any truth forward that they can prove. And that's where my hesitation is. Now, don't get me wrong. Could they have? They could. Maybe they do have some intel. But how come the intel always manages to be wrong? If you have true intel, why would it be wrong? It should be right. See what I'm saying? So I know a lot of you are bummed. I told you guys in the first place to be careful with that. That's why a lot of us have who are doing this. We always tell you have to be very careful when it comes to dates or rates. We try to avoid them altogether at all costs. If it happens, then fine and dandy. But when you start putting on their dates and rates and telling people like, crap like, oh, well, when ISX opens back up, the rate change. No, no, no. How about when, the CBI bank opens up? No, no, no. That didn't work. Or when the Dow hits 20,000. Nope. Nope. How about the 2020 budget has a rate change in it? That's why we've never seen this kind of thing happen before. Nope. Nope. Or when somebody says my military intelligence is telling me. Nope. 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 You see what I'm saying, you guys? You got to be careful of that kind of stuff. You really do. Because it plays with people's emotions. People start anticipating this. They start spending the money before they've even gotten it. What I want you guys to do is just take a step back and be realistic. Don't get excited about it until you've made the exchange and the money is sitting in your bank and you could see it in your deposit. Then you know what? Woohoo! Pimpy party in Vegas, baby. That's right. All right, you guys. So just be calm. Keep calm heads. Just be realistic about what's going on. There's a lot of people that have been doing these YouTube channels for damn near a decade, pumping the same crap out there all the time. Dates and rates, all right? Don't fall for it. All right, so that's it, you guys, for now. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. And I'll catch you later.